On this video, North Carolina outlaws squatted trucks, which is probably the only thing that comes to mind when you think about North Carolina. What's up, everybody? Before I get into this video, is there anything that comes to your mind when we say North Carolina? Has it ever crossed your mind that perhaps Alabama would outlaw racism, or Texas would outlaw cowboy hats, or Idaho would outlaw potatoes? Because when I think about North Carolina, the only thing that comes to mind is squatted trucks. Why would you outlaw the only thing your state is known for? North Carolina joins the other states who have made some of the stupidest laws on the books by outlawing squatted trucks. You may have heard about the ordinance that Opelika, Florida had about sagging your pants. Well, now North Carolina has an ordinance about sagging your truck. Ironically, as you can see, their historic city hall behind that building is falling to crap while they're spending money on stupid signs telling people what to do with their butts. Goes to show that sometimes lawmakers are focused on things that are political and stupid, and they're not focused on the things they really need to be focused on for their state. A lot of lawmakers in the South are so focused on catering to the New Yorkers and Californians that are moving into their state that they're actually making laws to outlaw local regional culture, like in Florida and North Carolina, where they're making laws that clearly target the local customs of the people to suppress the state's culture to be able to seem more appealing to outsiders that are moving to those places. Anytime lawmakers have that much time on their hands to make laws that are that stupid, lets you know there's definitely something wrong going on in that state. We were planning a trip to North Carolina, but guess what? That blue Yukon right there, that's my Yukon. Guess what? North Carolina, now we're not going to go to your state because we're not allowed to be there. And all the people in North Carolina who have this, I recommend you leave the crap out of your state. Go to South Carolina, come to Alabama, come to another state that's not trying to suppress your southern culture to cater to the New Yorkers that are moving there. Texas is starting to crack down on this right here, the poking out wheels, and they're also doing it to cater to people that are moving to their states. So now the South, the politicians, the lawmakers, they're making laws to suppress all the local culture so they can please the people that are buying real estate from California, New York, fleeing all those places. And that's really all this boils down to. It's a complete attack on the culture, the regional cultures, and trying to suppress what the people in the South are about. Is it safe? No. Is it practical? No. But it's the way we do things in the South. These are the things that keep kids working so they can buy the truck they want, so they can buy the wheels they want. It keeps kids off of drugs, off the streets, gives them goals. These parts are expensive, these cars are expensive, and it's a way for them to express their individuality without getting caught up in illicit activities. Hey, people could get hurt playing football. People get hurt by a golf ball, could hurt somebody. Are those things being outlawed? No, they're not. Why don't they also outlaw golf? I mean, golf courses use a lot of chemicals that are very harmful for the environment. Along the coast of the Carolinas, the Geechee community, which is native to the area, they're being displaced by people from out of state that are buying up their native land to create golf courses along the water. Why don't they outlaw golf courses? Very hypocritical that they outlaw something that the people that are moving to the state don't like. What about the people of Carolinas? What are they concerned about? They're concerned about their native lands of the Geechee and the people that are from there, that not only is their homeland being contaminated by these golf courses, but the land is also being destroyed for the purpose of these golf courses. Why don't the Carolinas outlaw golf? Oh, because the people that are moving to Carolinas, they like to play golf. So they don't care about the damage that does to the ecology, to the landscape, and to the social economics of their state. They don't care about how that destroys their state, filling it with chemicals and destroying the landscape and displacing communities that are from there. They don't care about that. Now they're concerned about squatted trucks. That's really what's destroying the Carolinas. Clearly, very hypocritical. Answer is clear. They don't care about the people. They're trying to make a political statement. They're trying to get rid of the riffraff, the low-class people like myself who are trashy and do crap like put big wheels on their car to make room for the wealthy people that are buying the real estate. The riffraff needs to go somewhere else. Just like Florida got rid of all their poor people, Carolina, it's time to cleanse. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the right word. Relocate. Just like Florida got rid of me, North Carolina is getting rid of you. I used to be in the pigeon racing sport, and that got outregulated to where I quit. I got into flying a drone. That got outregulated until I quit. And every single cultural thing that keeps kids off of drugs, keeps people busy. You work hard so you can buy the things you want. Do other people have to like it? Absolutely not. But at what point do we say, no, this is not a safety concern. This is a personal taste. This is what I like. If you don't like it, you don't have to like it because you're not the one paying for it. Every single hobby, every single thing that keeps kids off of drugs, keeps people busy with their families and friends and hobbies, it becomes illegal. That keeps people's minds busy. They don't want that. They want you to end up on drugs. They want you to end up in prisons. I don't know what is the goal of stripping away these hobbies and over-regulating things to the point where it takes away the joy and satisfaction of everybody's individuality. So I talked to some friends in law enforcement, and they told me what you do in situations like this is you regulate, but you don't outlaw. And some of these squats are clearly dangerous. There's no way you can see out of these things when you're 12 inches in the front and 4 inches negative in the back. However, vehicles like my own are actually now illegal under this North Carolina law, which is nothing more than barely a leveling kit. I mean, I have a 3-inch in the front. You can barely even tell. Just like you see these cars passing by, these were all illegal. Are they a danger to 3.5 inches, whatever? North Carolina's making it illegal, not because it's a safety concern, because they want to oppress these car culture. Now, I've been in South Carolina on their highways, and I've pretty much seen a full-grown tree growing on Interstate 16. So if South Carolina's going to try to outlaw this as well, horrible road conditions, at least South Carolina does. I don't know what North Carolina's looking like these days, but I've been on Interstate 16 through South Carolina, and I have literally had a full-grown tree in the median because they don't cut the grass. So sometimes it's hypocritical where obviously there's more motive behind it, and I'm just trying to give you guys some insight on the real motives why they're outlawing these things. Of course, they're going to say it's because it's a safety concern on the highways, but the real reasons are because they don't like these cultures, they don't like the gatherings. Now you have a bunch of snobs from New York and California who go to the beaches and they think they're in some paradise Disneyland, and when they see these southern people who are on crack or driving in a squatted truck, then they get offended at it. But those people were there a long time before you were. That's their state, and that's their regional culture. And a lot of people, even from the Carolinas, will tell you, no, this is not a regional culture, it's garbage. You don't consider it regional culture, but it really is an expression of the southern individuality of these people, and whether you don't consider it culture or not, it really is. And not every cultural thing is a great thing that needs to be celebrated, but nonetheless, it is definitely a regional thing. A lot of people are asking whether Louisiana and Alabama are going to buy into these regulations and they're going to start doing them as well. I really doubt that Alabama's going to consider doing something so stupid. I'm sure Alabama politicians have much more serious concerns. The reality is that it's more of a hazard to your personal taste than it is to your safety on the road. You guys have requested that we go to North Carolina, but with this regulation, we're going to cross that off the list. Maybe Nick Johnson drives a Subaru or something that's not lifting. He can run up there for you guys and take care of that. So our 3.5-inch lift, which we installed on our Yukon, would be illegal in North Carolina. Katie and I both agreed that it improved the driving and the safety of our vehicle. At least the setup that we got, we felt that it improved the handling and stability. And what's probably going to happen is they're going to enforce that along the beach towns, but a little bit further inland, the local cops, they're not going to start pulling people over for that crap. Really what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep that garbage off the beaches so they can look appealing to all the New Yorkers and other tourists that are going there. It's just become a fashion right now for lawmakers in the South, Carolina, Florida, Texas, to make laws and regulations not based on what the people need, but as a statement of, you should move to our state because we're doing this. So now we're in an age where laws are not made for the protection of the people. They're made to cater to people to attract people to move to your state. Whether the laws make sense or not, that doesn't matter. It's the statement that it makes about what your state is doing. And now all these governors in the South are kind of in a competition to see who could be the most outrageous to attract people to their states. So now we end up with retarded laws that really don't help the people, don't help the state. It's just a statement, an outward expression of what the state's going to stand for in the future. I don't think Alabama's going to do that. If you look at the COVID regulations during the lockdowns in Alabama, even though Alabama is a certain way, the laws and regulations in Alabama kind of didn't fly with that program. They kind of did what made the most sense. So I don't think Alabama's going to buy into that garbage of trying to please people so they can move to Alabama. Alabama's like, whatever. So I don't think these stupid regulations about poking wheels or squatted trucks, I don't think that's going to hit Alabama, because Alabama just doesn't give a crap how it's perceived. These laws are not to protect people's safety. States don't give a crap about protecting their people. They care about appealing to the people that are moving to these states more. And right now it's a full-on competition on who can be the biggest clown to attract the most people to their state.